Good to go. Happy?
Yeah.
Cool. We've got Black Caps coach Gary Stead here. Who would like to open the floor for questions? I think we've got microphones. My old friend Shahid, you can begin over there, Gary. But
Gary,
down the middle, Gary.
How's the atmosphere in the camp? How was the hotel? How was the sleep of all the players?
We arrived yesterday at about 11 o'clock, I think it was, and I think it's probably fair to say at this stage there's still a little bit of jet lag in the group, but the next few days sleep will be important to us as well as training out here. But we've had a fine welcome. It's exciting to be in Pakistan, and for all of our group just about here, it's just about their first time. And so for us, it's an exciting time. It's an exciting tour as well, and we know the rivalry we have with Pakistan is fantastic. It's always friendly on the field, but fiercely competitive as well.
Stand in front.
Gary, talk us about the Ish Sodhi comeback. He's making comeback to the test side, as well as how unfortunate it is about missing Kyle Jamieson and Trent Ball in this squad.
Yeah, Ish has been in and around our test team in the past and hasn't played for some period of time, but he's made a few changes to his action in the last 12 months, and we think he's probably going to be a little bit more consistent than maybe what he has been prior to that when he wasn't playing for us. But the conditions that we face here are very, very different to what we get in New Zealand as well. So we picked our squad thinking that a leg spinner will be important, and we've obviously seen Abrar and Mahmood, bowling well for Pakistan in the recent Test series. So that's great. With Kyle Jamieson, he's still injured and on his way back from injury at the moment, but he's progressing very well. And Trent Bolt's playing in the Big Bash at the moment. That's, I guess, the way the world is going a little bit. The options for players are numerous out there. I guess for us, we just have to keep working and focusing on the players that are available for us.
Cool. And just here and then there. Yep. And then we'll go. You go first. Oh, yeah, you come in at the start.
What lessons will you take from the recently concluded series versus England?
We've watched that series very, very closely, and we've got a lot of footage on it as well. Look, I think whilst it was 3-0 to England, I think it was a very tight series still, and at times could have swung either way. So we're certainly not underestimating Pakistan at all, especially in their home ground as well. So, and home country. So I think spin will take a bigger part than what we're probably used to normally. But we also saw signs of reverse swing at times as well. So for us, honing our skills in those areas, I think will be very important.
And just on the back here.
Welcome to Karachi, sir.
Thank you.
And how competitive do you think current Pakistan team is? Do you think it can be beat easily?
I definitely don't think Pakistan can be beaten easily. I think there's times in Test cricket that you get a little bit of rub of the green and things go your way, and I think maybe Pakistan haven't had that recently, and they've had a few injuries to some key players in their team as well. But for us coming here, it's more focused on what we can do and what we can do well. So looking forward to the Test matches that are ahead. I expect they're going to be tight Test matches, hard fought, and maybe very, very close as well, like the last ones were versus England. So I think it's always exciting for us when you come to a new country or a different country. You have to adapt fast, and that's what we'll be trying to do.
Just down the front here.
Williamson is not captain for the Test side. What about this?
Well, it's a decision that Kane came to himself. He's been, I guess, captain for 6 years in all 3 formats now, and I think over time he's realised that maybe just pulling back a little bit gives him the chance to really just focus on his batting and still giving to the team. He'll still be a great leader in our group, but for us, we've gone with Tim Southee as captain, and it's probably a little bit different having a pace bowler as a captain, but Tim's got a great cricketing brain, and looking forward to the way that he manages the side through this series in particular as his first.
Oh, yeah, just over here.
Welcome to Karachi.
Thank you.
What do you think this series will be really challenging for you, because New Zealand won just 2 matches out of last 9 since lifting the World Championship title, and will not be going to defend it. And you have Tim Southee, who is naturally an aggressive player. So what do you think he will instill that ultra-aggressive instinct into the team as well during the series?
I think the first part of your question around the series itself, any test match that you play for your country, I think is an important milestone. And so for our players, we certainly, even though we can't qualify for the World Test Championship final, it's still a very important series for us because it's a test match. And I think for our players that are here, it still means the most, I guess, test cricket. Tim Southee, I think he will bring an aggressive nature to his style. I expect it'll be a good test for him first up, because maybe more spinners are playing, and in New Zealand we'll often play with 4 quick bowlers, so it will be a good challenge for him. But look, he's got a great cricketing brain. He understands this team very well, and I'm sure he will get the best out of the players that are around him.
Where else? Any other questions? Yep, over here. You want to take the mic if you want?
Sir, we heard a lot about the baseball approach of England, and of course they whitewashed Pakistan 3-0. And we witnessed today that some of your players, maybe I was a bit optimistic that they are practicing very hard in a similar way. So this will be the same approach from the New Zealand, and how you see this approach, and now Test cricket looking forward, because a lot of attraction being made by this England cricket team, and now people expecting other teams to do the same. Thank you.
Look, I think the way that England are playing their cricket at the moment is probably through Ben Stokes and Brendan McCullum as their coach and captain, and I guess when you look at both of them, it's their natural style to play that way. I think you have your own style as a team that you work out how you can best play, but there's no doubt that they are changing, I guess, the face of Test cricket a little bit, and I think all teams will be thinking a little bit around how England play and the successes that they've had in this past year. So that's exciting for them, and I think it's exciting for Test cricket. Whilst they did win 3-0, it was still a very, very tight series throughout, and I think I expect our series here also to be the same, and that, look, there's 2 very good teams going out there, and looking forward to the Test cricket that starts on the 26th.
Last couple.
Tim here. And nowadays the pace of Test cricket is very fast. In current series of Pakistan, England, the England play like that T20. So how's your comment on Test cricket?
Look, I think that's what England have done recently with their cricket, as they played at a much faster pace. But the first wicket that they played at where did they play the first test? Rawalpindi. It looked quite a low wicket, and I think they read that and said we need to play at a faster rate. And there's no doubt T20 cricket has sped up scoring overall, and now most cricketers that play Test cricket have the ability to score at a much faster rate. So for me, it's still about finding your tempo, your style of play that suits your players the best, and that's what we're all striving for as coaches, I think, to find that, and then you can get the very best out of your players.
Cool. All right. Thanks very much, everyone.